Okay. Please, can you hear me and can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes, we
please.
can see you.
Okay. That's fine. So this is DXY, and then we all know what we do with DXY. It helps us what know the direction of correlated pairs and then inverse correlated pairs. So with any pair that ends with USD means that it's inversely correlated to the DXY. And then any pair starting with USD means it correlates with DXY. So if we know the direction of DXY, it helps us or it guides us to know the direction of the other pairs, not purposely for entries or any other reasons. It just helps us with the direction. So DXY on a 12-month. This is how I do my top-down analysis. I start from 12 months. It helps me know a lot of things, or helps me see a lot of things from the higher time frame perspective to the lower time frame perspective. So I also have to look for consistency on the higher time frame. Consistency here will mean that the particular time frame that other blocks and imbalances are consistently being filled. So you can see on a DXY, we are going back to the basic stuff. What price action is this, or what type of market is that? It's a bearish market. We have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. Please hold on, I've got a call. Yo, Black.
Yeah, Pastor did you?
024473.
024473. Okay.
Please pardon me. I have to send money to someone. Please pardon me. I want it. I'll be done very soon. But then you let's continue whilst I do it. So yes, bearish market, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. So all these buys that we saw was just what retracement to fill the imbalance here, and then price actually got into the other block. So if you are always doing this, it means that you need to look at what the current price action, and then for the 12 months, we are going to pay attention to what these particular two zones. So we have an order block here on the 12 months time frame. Order block in the 12 months time frame. And you can see that we had what a lower low here, breaking structure. And all the buys you saw was just what a retracement. And you can see a rejection off from what the order block. So what does it tell you? It's giving us what bearish sentiment. And you cannot just jump into bearishness because you've seen the rejection. No, you need to also pay attention to what the price action that was formed during the correction. So you see, although the higher time frame, we have what bearish market structure. This part is the impulsive move, and then the retracement move has what happened. Once the retracement move was happening, it also left what an order block with an imbalance, which has been filled already. So the sales that we've been seeing was actually what price was just dropping to fill an imbalance. So this is it. Then why did price sell from the very top? It sold because of what the bearish order block that we have here. So currently this drop here was to fill the imbalance here, get into this other block. So if we will be convinced to actually have some long sales, that means that we need to break this particular order block. This particular order block gets broken down. That means that we are going to create what new lower low. That means this low would be taken. Nonetheless, something like this can happen. Something like this can happen. Price will just get a confirmation and start buying. Why would price buy? Price buy, sorry. Price could buy because of this old high. This is confluence one. And price could also buy because of this old high as well. Confluence two. And the next reason is that this is an order block with an imbalance. Price could actually take those off and then what get into it. So on the higher time frame, there are always what scenarios. But then since price has mitigated this zone, let's go to the higher time. Let's go down and then find something. But then before we go down, you can see that as price also gave this bearish candle, it also left what a fair value gap. So if price is going to really buy from this particular what rejection, my TP would be what? My first TP would be what? The tip of this order block. So let's go down. 6 months time frame. The 6 months time frame, this is what we have. 6 months time frame, you can see the wick was actually from this 6 months order block. And we've had what? This sell. On the same 6 months too, we have another order block below that hasn't been filled yet. So now we have two scenarios. It's either price is going to what? Retrace and then continue, or price is just going to what? React from the 12 months what? That block, and then that will be all. I know some of you will be confused, but don't get confused yet. We are on a 3 months time frame at the moment. On the 3 months time frame, what do you see? You can see that this is the order block we have here. This is a 3 months order block. So if price should start buying, this black line will be our TP. This red line will be what? As TP2. Let me use red lines for the TP so that you don't get confused. Yes, this will be my first tip in relation to the 12 months fair value gap. And the second tip will be for the 3 months fair value gap. Let's go to the monthly. We'll start looking at entries after the 12 months. So on the 12 months as well, you can see this particular what high here got a reaction from this 12 months order block. Don't get confused yet, because we haven't gone anywhere. We are still in the particular zone. So this reaction or this particular sales came up from what? This what? Monthly what? Order block. Then this reaction is also from what? This monthly same order block. So we have two scenarios now. It's either price is just bouncing up to fill the fair value gaps up there, or price will just continue coming down. Let's go to the weekly and then see what's there. Who is confused? No one confused yet. We are all fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
We are fine. So pay attention to this. With the higher time frame would be the priority. So you see right from 12 months, we've mitigated another block and we also left a fair value gap. So for me, I think price would what? Buy to this particular zone. Price should buy to this particular red line. And if it would want to go further, we'll look at the second one. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, looks like this particular what red line has been filled already, but then no. On the higher time frame is saying it hasn't been filled. So we'll listen to the higher time frame. Then the second line up here would be our TP. And then if we are supposed to draw structures, let's look at this. We have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This high is not upper lower high because I didn't break structure. So this is just an internal price action. And we came up here and we are retracing. So you can anticipate what the next high and then a low and then probably to the 3 months order block. This is how I am seeing it. Nonetheless, okay, DXY doesn't have forex.com because sometimes the gaps in there is going to what confuse you. But then on the daily perspective, this is the price action we are looking at. So since DXY is not tradable, we wouldn't have to worry ourselves too much. I'm sure the other pairs will be very clear with their imbalance and another block. So even on the daily time frame like this, you can see that this particular buy was from this order block. Sorry, let me delete this one. So this particular buy was actually from this daily order block. Oops. Okay. So the buy was from this particular daily order block. And then currently price is trading towards what another daily order block that hasn't been filled yet. So with DXY, price action isn't really that nice, but then I'm sure with the other place it will be. So you let's just jump. We know the direction already. You are looking for what? Sell to buy long term. Let's look at USD card. USD card, let's start from I think 3 months time frame or the weekly. Or let's start from okay, monthly is fine. So on the monthly time frame, what do you see? You can see a bullish market. After bullish markets, you have to look for what other blocks and fair value gaps. You have to look for the consistency, which other blocks has been getting filled. On the 3 months time frame, sorry, on the monthly time frame, this particular fair value gap was filled. The next one also got filled here. The next one is where price is currently in. So price is currently in what? Monthly order block. This is it. Very nice structure. This is the monthly order block. What can you see? We can see what a fair value gap here with another block as well. So I always say that anytime price leaves an imbalance, I will come back to FedEx. So if we are to enter some buys, our first long-term target will be this particular red line. What else can you see? We can see an old high from here, serving as liquidity. Old high from here, serving as liquidity. Let me zoom in for you to see very well. So there's an old high, which will serve as liquidity. And what can you see? What do you see is happening here? Someone should unmute and then tell me what do you see here? It doesn't matter if you're an SMC trader or not. Tell me what you see. Any strategy that you know. What do you see there? Anyone unmuting to talk?
Um,
A bullish and go.
You see a bullish engulfing.
Yes.
So what does it tell you?
That is going to be an uptrend.
Okay. Who else?
Okay. I also see, you see, before as price went up, it left a fair value gap which was filled. Then price quickly broke that fair value gap. So I also see maybe we can have like IFVG, like inversely fair value gap. Then price will go down as a bearish movement.
Okay, so let's go down and then see what we have. We are going to the weekly time frame. This is what we have on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we are going to what refine our zones. So from the monthly order block, we are refining to the weekly order block. You can see price actually bought from the weekly order block. And then the previous mitigation was also from a weekly order block. But then right below here, there is another order block that price didn't what mitigate yet. And then right below the current order block, there is what? An old low, which is serving as liquidity. So right now, there are what valid reasons for price to come down a bit before going up. There's a valid reason for price to start going up as well. Let us look for some consistency. You can actually see that right from the bottom, weekly fair value gap was filled, weekly fair value gap was filled, weekly was filled, weekly has been mitigated here. So it is only this particular weekly order block that hasn't been mitigated yet. So it means that the probability that price will maybe someday come down before going up is high as well. Nonetheless, we have to pay attention to where price is currently because we are only reacting to what the current price action. If we are to zoom in on the weekly time frame, you can see this was the last order block that gave rise to the sell. right? So it is something like this. This is the lower low. All that we are seeing is a retracement to fill this. Are we okay? Yes, we are okay. So what can we do now, or what can we deduce from what we are seeing? Let me zoom out. My two scenarios here would be price to get to this zone. Maybe there will be a small confirmation, then we can sell to this zone. Other than that, price will just what continue buying till it gets here and then probably break up the previous old high in future. So these are my two predictions for USD card on a weekly time frame. So our target hasn't been met yet because we haven't gotten into the other block yet. So let me put a red line at the top of the other block. Then we can be able to do what we need to do. So that means that we are expecting price to get to the red line and price hasn't gotten there yet. Right now, price but left a fair value gap and then what? Price has traded back to the fair value gap. But then we cannot trade off from the weekly time frame because this order block is a very huge one. This is the whole order block. This is the opening of the candle, and then the closer is at where I have marked with the other black line. So we cannot trade from this particular order block. So let's go down and then find out what we can see. So we know our target already. We just need to find an entry. Let's go to the daily time frame. Yes, daily time frame. What do you see? This is what we are finding on a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, we are going to look at what consistency as well. What anytime I say consistency, what I mean is that the other blocks that hasn't been respected. So you can see this particular first other block got respected. The second one also got respected. So the probability that the third one is going to be respected is very high. So that means that we are going to focus on what anticipating that price gets to this particular order block. Then we will find what confirmation here and then buy to the target we are looking at. What else can you see? You can see there's an old high here that was taken out. So it was after this old high was taken out that price started reversing. Price took out liquidity and then what? We saw the reversal. What else can you see? You can also see that there was what? A trend line liquidity. This was a trend line liquidity and then price has taken it out. So currently, what do we have? We have an order block below that would actually be a catalyst to pull price back to the zone. And what will make price go up? Price will go up because there is what an order block and a fair value gap at the top. This particular sells also what left what old high, which will serve as liquidity for us. So for USD card on a daily time frame, this will be our long term analysis. But then what can we do? We cannot sit down and then watch price get here. Once we are anticipating that price could sell to that particular zone, we also have what an unmitigated fair value gap here. So maybe something like this could happen. Buy to this zone, we find the confirmation, sell, we get here, we find the confirmation and buy. Someone would ask, why would we need a confirmation? We would need a confirmation because we still have what another block down here that price could actually just sell and then get to this other block as well. So with a confirmation, you are more confident that your bias is right. We always predict and then we only react to what the market what does. So as we have this, let us go down to the daily time 4 hour and then see what we have. So if we are supposed to get into a sell from this particular angle, it means that will be a counter trend because obviously what is the trend of the market on the daily time frame? It's a bullish market. We have what? We have this higher high, higher low, higher high. We are anticipating a higher low, then we buy another higher high. Simple market structure. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. Yes, so this is what we have on the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, prices in a bearish market. Prices in a bearish market. And then we have these two zones left. We have this first order block here. And then we have this other block as well. So yes, we are going to look at these two zones for confirmations to sell. Without confirmation, you cannot sell. You only sell upon confirmation because we are going against what the trend of the market. Please, are we okay up to this point?
Yes, please.
The rest will be on you. Let's move to the next pair. Let's look at USDCHF. USDCHF, let's start from monthly as well. Or we might actually go higher. Let's go to, I think, 3 months. Yes.
It's almost the same as USD card.
Yes. Let's start from 6 months and then look at something. Consistency first. This 6 months order block has been mitigated. This 6 month order block has been mitigated as well. And the last 6 months order block also got mitigated here. So where is the next 6 month order block? The next 6 months will be the of this particular what order block. So consistency is so much correct in the 6 month time frame. So that means that the probability of price coming to this particular zone is very high because previous data has tested that it has been happening. A higher low, sorry, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. We are looking for a new lower high. So yes, the 6 months time frame has been a very good and respectful one. So that means that if we should get into any buy from here, our first take profit will be here because possibility that price will start selling from here is high as well. Let's go down to the 3 months time frame. 3 months time frame, this is what we have. On a 3 months time frame, you can see that this particular order block wasn't mitigated. So we cannot be so confident that this order block will be mitigated. So that is how you start choosing or start looking at the things you have to pay attention to. Although it's a fair value gap with another block, but then as from previous data has been talking about, the 6 months has been the more or the most respectful one. So I'm going to stick to the 6 months target. But it doesn't mean you ignore the 3 months target because this particular previous fair value gaps here was filled on a 3 months time frame. So my second tip for long buys will be this particular what zone. I'm putting a red line from the very opening of this bullish candle so that we are going to pay attention inside of these three red lines alone. So let's go down to the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame as well, this was the last candle that left a fair value gap. So we can also choose this as our very first what TP because that is the only order block that's so close to price right now. So you see, when you do top down, it lets you know levels of your take profits or levels where price is likely to reverse. So this is the very 6 months. This is the 6 months or fair value gap. This is the 6 months fair value gap. That is the golden what TP for us. A very safe TP that anything can happen because the 6 months has been very respectful. Let's go to the weekly time frame. So one thing about top down is that the weekly you can see an order block has been filled. So probably someone has started selling already. But then the monthly time frame is higher than the weekly time frame. And so most often than not, price would pay attention or respect what the monthly time frame more than it's so for the weekly time frame. I think my network is a bit slow. Please be patient with me. I'll come very soon. So you can see on the monthly we still have a fair value gap, but on a weekly it looks what mitigated. Sometimes you'll be trying to take trades at where you shouldn't be taking. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on a daily time frame, I'm still not convinced about what price being so bearish. I I'm still confident that price will fill this particular order block on a monthly. Although on a daily, price has reacted from the daily time frame. So this sell came up from the daily time frame. But then on a monthly, we still have some fair value gap. So it means that we are still going to look for some buys when this particular order blocks get filled. So for now, we can be bearish till we get here. We look for confirmation and buy to the very top. So I'll be looking at this. The daily time frame. But then we have to pay attention to what is happening right now. So on the daily time frame, what can you see? When price rejected from the daily order block, this is a daily order block. When price rejected, it gives some a very huge sell, left an imbalance, and then price has actually filled the imbalance already. So possibly price can just start dropping. From what I see right now, price will just the market to open, price will start dropping. Let's go to the 4 hour and then see what we have there. Okay. So funny enough, you can see that there's another block that corresponds with what the monthly fair value gap. So this is a 4 hour order block inside of the monthly fair value gap. So I'm very confident price will still get there someday. But then let us pay attention to what we have right now. My target is the red line, but then price has actually started selling. A 4 hour time frame, we can see that we still have an order block here. Oh, is it my network? My network is misbehaving. Please, can you hear me? Hello. I think it's back now. Please, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hear you.
Okay, okay. Yes, USDCHF, although price has rejected already, but then I still think this old high will make price come up here before selling. So on a 4 hour time frame, I'll be looking at something like this. But then remember, all zones need some confirmations because we are only predicting. Markets can open in and it will do whatever that it wants to do. So maybe after price gets to the very bottom, we look for confirmation as well. Then we can buy for a very long ride. So this is USDCHF on the 4 hour time frame. Let's look at USD. USD, we've actually analyzed and predicted almost the long moves or the major moves already. I really feel it's going top down again, but then let's do something. I think the consistency starts from 30 drawing as well. The consistency starts from I think on a monthly. Let me check. I think the consistency starts from the daily. Yes. But then let's start from 3 months. It will make sense more. On a 3 months time frame, what do you see? A lower low, and then we are trying to retrace to form a lower high. And then what is price doing right now? Price has actually filled the 3 months fair value gap. And then on the same 3 months too, we have a fair value gap here. So long term, we are looking at you to sell. That's what we are looking at on the long term. That's 3 months. So we know our long term target already. But then I still think price would push up a bit to fill an imbalance inside of this current order block. So let's go to monthly time frame. Yes, on the monthly time frame, this is what we have. We have an order block. So you can see the previous order block on the monthly time frame was filled. So the probability that the next one being this particular order block getting filled is high as well. So that will be what my long-term TP for the buys. Although price has respected the higher time frame of that block, it doesn't mean the lower time frames will not get respected. We just need the right confirmation and then for us to be confident about it. So right now, let's go to weekly. Oh wait, on a monthly time frame, this is how I predicted the sell. So on a monthly time frame, I was looking for price to fill this particular fair value gap and enter the other block. So this was actually a TP for me when price started selling from this area. So this was my TP, the tip of this particular order block. Let's go to weekly and then continue. Because no matter what you do on the chart, after you've looked for your targets, you still need what a time frame that will show you a consistent price action or a price action that will be easily what read, will be easily understandable. Easily understandable before you can actually make a move. So this wholesales violating this particular order block was just coming to respect a monthly or fair value gap. That's why I say most times the higher time frame will be what the most accurate one. Let's go to weekly daily. Sorry, this is on a weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, there's nothing so extraordinary. On a daily, you understand it better. So let's go to the daily time frame. Yeah, so this is the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we are coming to look for our consistency. Consistency one, this particular daily order block got respected. First proof. Second proof is this particular what daily order block as well. Third one is this order block getting respected. So if you don't do top down analysis, you would have actually start buying from the tip of this daily order block. Meanwhile, this is the tip of the monthly order block. Anytime a higher time frame fair value gap aligns with another time frame's order block, that particular zone holds most of the time. I've noticed that. So it was an extra confluence for me to look at this particular zone as a buy zone. I think I dropped the analysis in the free Telegram page. And then we cut this particular cells as well. We cut the cells here. I dropped the analysis. We took a sell from here to this particular zone and then a buy from here to where it is currently. So on a daily time frame, you can see the daily order blocks has been respected most of the time. And we have what our long-term targets to be what the red line here. So I think USD will give some sales and then what buy something like this. Or better still, remember we had what this particular 3 months fair value gap down here. So price can just what buy to this zone and then also start selling. So scenario two, price can buy and then sell to this particular area. So as a trader, you don't actually stick to one plan. You know your next move even before it ends. Is someone's hand up? Is someone's hands up? Okay. So this is what we have on the daily time frame of Euro USD. So in order for you not to take much or trades or bad trades, you can just wait for price to get to any of these zones. Then you make your decision whether you are buying or you are selling. So that you don't get complicated. And then if you know what you are doing, you know where to look at and then what to do at the right time. So Euro USD have given you the possible zones. When market opens, you will know what to do. Let's move to GBP USD. GBP USD. Okay. GBP USD is also looking a bit messy, but then it still has a way around it. Let's start from the top. We will understand better. Let's start from 3 months or monthly. I think 12 months makes sense. Or it was 6 months. Okay. I'm trying to look for the time frame. That will be very easy for us to understand. Okay, so let's start. So you can obviously see it's a bearish market structure, bearish market structure. And then this was the last other block that got formed before the huge sales that gave rise to what fair value gap. So we this is it, a lower low, and then all these buys are just a retracement at a lower high. So is currently in the 6 month order block. What can we say or what can we do? We can only look out for two things. It's either price is getting a confirmation here inside of this zone and then what still sell more to take the old high low, or price will take this particular what old highs away, get into this fair value gap or another block, and then we will take it from there. So these are the two major scenarios. It's either price is going to break above the zone and then what buy to the red line at the top, or it would actually give buyers or a confirmation for the sell that we can get in. So let's go down. So this is a 3 months time frame. Then on the 3 months time frame, let's use the 3 months order block. So this was the last order block that was formed, and then price has actually entered it. But then as price was trying to buy, or as price was buying, it also left what fair value gap here. And we've seen some bearish movements already. So I think price will sell to this particular zone as our first TP if we have to take a sell. Let's go down and then find more reasons. Okay. So it makes a little bit of sense. So you can see the 3 months fair value gap corresponds with what the monthly what fair value gap as well. So that means that we have two confirmations now. Let's still go down and then find an entry. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Okay. So this is the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, price actually started selling already. So the bias is bearish. Weekly time frame, weekly fair value gap has been filled for the first time. Then so this is the first one. And then this is the second one. The second one has been filled currently. So all we can do is just anticipate for sales. But then we need to look for what a right zone. And then we have what relative equal lows as well, which will be liquidity. So we know the bias. We are looking for what something around this area. Oh, sorry. We need to see something around this space before we can take a sell today. We know our target already. Our target is for long sales, but then we need the confirmation yet. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily, this is what we have. On the daily, we have to look for what our consistency. Consistency number one. This daily order block got respected. This is even consistency number two. The first one is this particular order block. Daily order block got respected here for the first time. The very top order block they didn't get respected. But then you can see this one has been respected, this one has been respected. So the possibility that this one will also hold is very high. So and then we have what an old low here serving as liquidity. For GBP USD, I am going to look at this particular zone for confirmation and then I can sell. This is GBP USD on a daily time frame. You can see the market structure as well. Lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, then new lower low. Very simple market structure. What do you do? If price does not go to that particular zone when market opens, then probably it would want to do this as well. To come down to fill the fair value gap, come up here, confirmation before we can sell. So this is the second scenario. If you want to ask a question, just unmute and then ask. If you raise up your hands, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it.
This one no be primary school setting. You don't see the background. Now senior man. This one, this one.
Any question? Okay. So I will put a red line here. So to be on the safer side, I can fold my arms till I see price in any of these particular zones before I will be interested in anything. That is if you want to play it safe. Let's go to 4H. So on 4H, this is what we have. Hold high on the left wants to take Old high on the left wants to be taken out, or probably would be taken out very soon when market opens, and then maybe the sell comes. Maybe something like this can happen. Markets can open a bit high, and then the whole week will be for some sales, and then close on Friday. Then next week we can actually have this, or whatever way market reacts, we are going to just what follow it. We are just planning. Doesn't mean market should do what we are expecting. Yes, you know what to look for on GBP USD. I know people will say let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. But then gold is a bit tricky right now. Let me start from the monthly. So gold on the monthly time frame, what do you see? The last imbalance that got respected was this particular monthly order block. And then after that, I feel price should create a new all-time high because there's an old high. And the zone gold is just playing in between these two zones. Let's go down and see what's inside. This is the weekly time frame. Something significant. Oh, okay, there is something significant. The very thing that's significant is this. We have what? Fair an order block here with a fair value gap. So if gold should sell, maybe we can take a TP here. If we should get an entry for a sell, a TP would be this particular place. We have a lot of old highs. So I think it's possible gold creates new a new all time high. It's very possible until proven otherwise. Let's go down. Daily time frame. The daily time frame, what can we say? Or what can we see? You can see that this daily order block got kissed twice with wicks, and then price went up, came down again, and then we have another order block on the same daily being left down here for us. And then currently price is in what a daily order block at the top as well. I think my network is lagging again. It will come very soon. Please hold on. Okay, so I think it's back. So yes, we have another block down here, and price is currently in another one at the very top. But then if we should get into a sell, this particular red line will be what? Our first TP. 4 hour will be more clear. Let's look at 4 hour. Okay. So on a 4 hour time frame, we had this particular sell from this 4 hour order block. And then the next imbalance on the same 4 hour would be this particular one. So I do not actually, I'm not confident on gold right now. If we should take a sell, or probably if there should be any sell, maybe it should drop to this particular level before it comes here. But I'm sure it would still want to go up a bit before it drops. But I'm not so confident. Probably I'll look at gold after some price action has been added, or when market plays out during the week, because it's not really that clear to me. Although I know the direction, but then entry will be difficult for me. So I'll skip gold for now. Later we can look at it. So now in the comment section, you can type the pairs you want us to be looking at. Then we can brush through them very, very quickly. DJ, someone just type DJ. So let's look at GBP. So GBP. I think the weekly will make more sense. Yes, weekly and then daily will make sense. So GBP, this is what we have. Consistency. Consistency number one. Weekly order block got respected here. Consistency number two. Another weekly order block has been filled nicely here. Consistency number three. We have an order block that has been left down here. What else can we see? We have another block at the very top as well. So for me, then when we look at the price action, we will look at price action on the daily time frame. And as price started selling to it left a daily order block, and then price is currently in another block here. So for GBP JPY, I am looking at what some long sales. If we should find a confirmation from this particular zone, I am interested in some long sales for GBP JPY, because from my perspective, weekly order blocks have been getting respected. So it means that possibility that the next one will be respected is very high. So let's go to the daily time frame and then look at the structure. Okay. So on a daily, we know our bias already. On a daily, this is what we have. Or in other perspectives, we can look at it from this angle. A lower low, a lower high, a lower low, and then this high has broken above this particular previous low. So we have a change of character here. We are looking for a retracement before we can buy. Analogy is very simple. But then we cannot just start selling. We can only sell upon a confirmation. And what can you see? You can see there is a trend line liquidity here. Let me use this one so that will be internal or will look nice. So this is the internal. And then even if you are using a trend line as your trading strategy, you can see that what probably I'm not good at drawing trend lines. Let's ignore it. So yes, we have something like this. And then this higher time frame order block corresponds with this what daily order block as well. It's a bit closer. This will be what our support. Right now, we saw GJ buy. GJ is buying from this particular daily order block as well, right after taking out liquidity. So, two scenarios for GJ. It's either price continues to buy to the very top, or price will start reversing up from this same order block. So, it's either price does this, gets to the zone, and then sell, or it continues to go up. These are the two scenarios for GJ. These are the two scenarios for GJ. So let's try and then make sense out of what we are seeing right now. Let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. Let us also look at something here. On the same 4 we are going to look at consistency. This particular 4 order block got respected. The next one got respected. The next one also got respected with a wick. And then price also respected this particular one. But then the last order block that wasn't respected is this particular order block. I'm putting a red line at the very tip of it. And then the moment price took out this old low, price started going up. On the same 4 hour, what can we say? The NFP sales was from this particular zone. It was just a sniper entry for the NFP. And then the current zone we have here is this particular zone. But then since the reaction from this zone was just like a kiss, I'm very confident price will still want to visit this particular zone before it sells. So for what we know on GJ, for me I am bearish until proven otherwise. So it's either we are getting a sell from this particular zone or we are getting the sell from this particular zone. Until proven otherwise. I'm 60% bearish and then 40% bullish. Or even 80% bearish, 20% bullish. What's the next pair we are looking at? USD JPY BTC. USD JPY.
If we are to wait for confirmation on GJ, on which time frame should we be monitoring?
You look at confirmations and the time frame structure is very clear to you that you see the break.
Okay.
USD JPY on a monthly time frame. On a monthly time frame, this was the last order block that gave rise to the whole buys we are seeing at the top. So this is it. Higher high, we're looking for a higher low, then we can go up again. Because that was the last order block that gave rise to what? A break of structure here. So this will be my point of what? Interest. So I'll put a red line here so that my charts can look more nicer. And then from the very top or from the retracement that we are seeing, we can see multiple lows here, which could serve as what? Liquidity. So price will take that out and then jump to the red line. But let's focus on the current price. On the current price action, consistency, say monthly order block, the first one has been filled here. So this is the next one that could possibly be filled. So if we should get into any buys, our target will be what? The red line at the top. This is the origin of where the whole bias is coming from. So let's go now and then see what's there. On the weekly time frame, this is what we have. You can see on a monthly and 3 months, we have a fair value gap. But then on a weekly, we have no fair value gap. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Price would always want to what? Respect that one first. So we have what? An old high here. And then this would have been another block for us. But then since I know my higher time frame perspective, I want to regard this as a valid order block to actually sell price from. Although price has already started selling already. So this will be my what focus order block. This is a weekly order block. I'm going to look at something like this on the weekly time frame. Let's go to daily. It will be more clearer on the daily time frame. Yes. So on the daily time frame, what do we have? Let's refine to the daily order block. Daily order block will be this particular one. What does it have? It has a low here, an old low, serving as liquidity. So for me, if you would ask me, I would be anticipating some buys from this particular order block on the daily time frame. But then currently price is in what? An order block as well. But then it will be called an inducement because there is liquidity right below that order block. Sometimes it holds, but then not for the long term. So what can we say? If price should buy from this particular zone, then it is coming to fill this particular fair value gap. It's coming to fill this particular fair value gap. This is what we are saying here. So let's continue. That means that the buys we are seeing is just a daily reaction. Let's go to the 4H. So on the 4 hour time frame, this is what we have. We've seen a lot of reactions from here already. So something like this, a sell to buy will make sense. Maybe your second TP could be here, but then the only real or assured other block will be the first what black line. That is going to be what our focus for now. On the other hand, let's go to QH. Let me see something. Or 1 hour. I think 1 hour will be fine. Okay. So sometimes this happens as well. Although on the 4 hour is where the other block is. But in the consistency, this particular 1 hour other block got failed. So possibility that price will still come here is also what high because we still have what liquidity down here. Then price can also just start selling from this particular order block. So we have scenario one, scenario one, and then scenario two. Let's check the next pair. BTC USD. BTC USD. Of you, I don't understand it. Sometimes you know that what you are looking at doesn't make sense or you don't understand, and then still you want to trade it. What at all do you see on BTC that you want to trade? Tell me. The person asking for BTC, what do you see on BTC? Because with our strategy, we deal mostly with imbalance and all that, and then the BTC hasn't been consistent. Although we get to analyze it, but it hasn't been consistent of late. There is no consistency, there is nothing to look at. Monthly fair value gap, monthly fair value gap, monthly fair value gap, nothing gets respected. So it'll be very risky to actually take a sell. I know most of you will be looking for sales. in the current zone. It can happen though, but then maybe unless you look for your very confirmation first before you take a move, because there is no higher time frame bias to support it. Not failed, not failed. What shows that this one will get failed? Let's go to daily and then see if we'll find something. So on a daily, maybe for me, my TP will be this break. Maybe I'll look at something like this. And then we have this other block here. This is currently in another block. Price action is bearish. Let me go too far. Maybe you appreciate it more. So yes, this is the price action on the 4 hour time frame. So consistency 4 hour pass. So the first order block got respected here. Second one got respected twice. The third one also has been respected twice. So this is the only remaining order block that hasn't been respected yet. So I'll put a red line at the very tip of it. And then on the same 4 hour, coming from the bottom, 4 hour order block got respected here. So the next one to be respected will be this particular one. So if you should get into any sell, you can take your TP from here, then something like this. Or probably market will just open and then we'll find a confirmation and then sell. Or better still, yes, these are the two scenarios. These are the two scenarios. This is the zone. Network is messing up again. Network is messing up again. So yes, this is the zone we are looking at. So any of these can happen. Let's go to 1H and see something. 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay. 15 minutes order block, just a price reaction. Maybe you can call this a change of character. Have something like this. But then I'm skeptical because the higher time frame zone is just closer to this particular zone. So anything can happen. I think I would stick to what market shows me. Maybe you can, if you find a rejection from this zone, we can take some sales. If not, then something else. Something else. So that's BTC for now. Next pair, I think we are done. Is then the volatility pair is not today. Volatility is out for today. Is there any other pair? US 13 at 100. It's been a while. Check those.
Hello, was gentle.
Hello.
Please, the setups you just like made with all the pairs. Are you going to take pictures of them and post it in your channel? I mean, your free channel.
I might upload the video on YouTube. I might.
Oh, okay, okay, sure, sure. Thank you very much.
So this is US 30. US 30 on a monthly time frame. We have a high already. We have a favorable gap on another block. Let's go down and see if the structure aligns. If structure aligns, then we are safe. Okay. So this is what we have on a daily time frame. Daily time frame. Let's go to 4H. I'm not so confident about what I'm seeing. A lot of imbalances not filled. I wouldn't advise. Not filled, not filled, not filled. I'm not seeing consistency. Once I don't see the consistency, I'm not interested. Let's look at my 100. Of 100, the momentum on daily alone is a 10 of. Momentum alone on a daily is a 10 of. You can see how price is buying. It's buying so hard. So yes, it's buying too hard. Nothing to talk about. Let's look at US oil. It's actually 8:30, almost an hour. US oil, okay. So US oil is actually respecting the consistencies on the weekly time frame. So price sold off from this other block, and then the next sell we had is just a rejection from this particular imbalance. When you go to the daily time frame, it didn't respect a daily order block. It only respected what the 4 each order block, and then price is selling to another order block. So I think so. This is it. So I think last week we got into a buy from here, and then price got here, started reversing again because of the mitigation they had on the higher time frame, and then they took liquidity out as well. But normally, we would have expected that to actually get to this particular zone. That was my final target. But then price reacted from what the higher time frame zone. So that was it. That was it. So for now, I don't have any bias at it, and then if there's any update, I'll send it to the group. Channel, sorry. At this juncture, any questions? Unmute and talk if you have any. Okay, in the absence of any question, I hope we can end.